Oh, what happened to me these 2 years?
I mean, that's part of it, right? Okay, so I am Enya, and this is my podcast called Enya's Relatable Randomness, and with me here is...
I'm Valentina, and I'm gonna read today.
You're gonna read today?
This evening with this lovely girl, Enya.
Thank you.
Am I saying right your name?
Me and Valentina work together, and we had a moment where I was about to leave work. She was about to start work, and I didn't even know how we got on the topic. I think she was feeling sick, and I just kind of sat down, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of feeling stuck with myself right now. And then she went off about her journey. She's 20 years old. I'm 22. So this podcast is about being lost in your 20-somethings.
Yes.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
I think that is actually quite normal, and you don't realize that it's normal until you realize that are lost, and then you try to find the ways to fix it and find yourself again. And so I remember this day I was feeling quite a little bit conflict with myself. I was just feeling like I know that something is wrong with me, although it's not that there is something wrong with me, but I feel that there is something not right with me, that's not wrong. And then, that day we were just starting, she was finishing, I was starting to go to my work, and then I told her, I think that we should talk about what's going on.
I was like, hey, I got a podcast.
Yes.
Talk about the podcast.
I was like, that's such a good idea. I think that people should know that it's alright to be lost.
Yeah.
And I think that people should recognize when they are lost, because I didn't realize that I was lost for a long time until I actually realized
Can I turn this way because our mics right here.
Oh,
I
perfect.
have these two devices.
Oh, you're recording with that.
These are the ones that are recording, and this is the one that is filming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You teach me then.
Yeah. If you want, you can sit in the chair if you want to be more comfortable.
No.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm learning. This is weird, right? Always pretty normal, but so I forgot what it was. So how do you recognize when you are lost? That's something that you should ask me, or I should ask you.
I feel like I kind of always remained feeling like I was lost, in high school. I didn't really have a specific group where I got along with everybody. Each group of people, I was there. I was very likable. I had a lot of friends. But when people have got their cliques and their groups and that's their thing, I've always felt like the outsider with all those things, So not just being lost with myself, but definitely lost in my association, and kind of where I belonged was my first thing, and that happened really young. Even in elementary school, I had one best friend. Well, I had two best friends, and me and the one were friends, and we were both friends with this girl. So this girl was friends with us, and me and her usually got along. But then we got to this point where me and her were getting along, so then we'd take turns hanging out with this one. And I'm like, oh, I thought we were a trio. I thought I was both your best friends, but now I'm one of the people being left out, and then it became more them, And just those things tend to happen, and then even being in work, each job that I've had, I've never been the person that's hey, Enya, come hang out after work. And if it is, it's because everyone's hanging out together and they're about to have drinks, and they've probably been talking about their plans in front of you. It's not hey, authentically, I want to hang out with you after work. Unless you do find that there are definitely some people out there that I could have that connection with for sure, but I've never had a ride or die, a ride or die friend. All those friends had other friends, and I guess it's kind of part of life. I can't be the only person, which also at that time being younger was something I struggled with, because I'd compare myself to other friends, and I'd be I don't understand why your best friends, your best friends, your best friends, yours best friends, and I have 20 best friends, but I'm nobody's best friend, but they're all my best friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure some of you guys are going to disagree with this when you hear this one. But that's
no, I think that a lot of people are going to feel...
No, I mean my friends
yeah.
who were my best friends might disagree,
yeah.
But, that's just kind of how I was feeling in that moment. And then I moved to the big city where I move away from everybody. And, oh my God, just did things not get more challenging, Like I lived in Surrey by myself in my own basement suite. And I lived, so I lived alone. And I didn't have any friends yet. I was 18 years old, and I couldn't go to bars and make friends. I had one friend, you know who you are. I had one friend that I started working with at White Spot. She's still like one of my closest friends to this day. And other than that, that was it. But she had a life too, so I wasn't with her every single day. So I was at home by myself, and then I started writing. I actually challenged myself to start cursive writing. And started writing to my old friend Bob. Shout out to Bob. He's now 85, back home in Port Alberni. But
I bet he was a good friend. Eh?
Honestly, he's still one of my great friends. Like whenever I go back, he's the one whose pictures all through the kitchen.
Oh,
That's Bob.
I see.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. No, he's still one of my best friends.
It seems like a pretty good guy.
Yeah. So yeah, I just started cursive writing, but it was a very depressive state because I was so lost. I'm just like, I was coming out of a place where drugs and alcohol were pretty much the primary basis of your hanging out with people, and neither of those things were really in my life or accessible, now living on my own, having no friends. So I was just I was lost. I'm like, I don't know what to do for a hobby. I tried taking up working out, and that didn't really work out for me. Mm-hmm. It's never really been much of a thing till recently, to be honest with you. And then I tried writing. I tried just diving into Netflix, but I had this old laptop from my sister that a gazillion pop-ups would come up before you could even get to Netflix. And so it was more frustrating than anything. And then now, since I was sober, it's been okay, it's hit me in the face where I'm like, all right, let's make some moves. Because I no longer have that crutch to go out and drink and go out and enjoy the nightlife. I mean, I still do go out and enjoy the nightlife, don't get me wrong. I love going out and dancing. But, weed and alcohol is a crutch, And even with weed, I've just kind of been realizing, damn, I'm using this as a crutch to kind of escape myself instead of finding my hobbies. So I'm on day 2 of doing yoga, serious yoga. I've got my yoga mat down on the ground. Here are my yoga blocks in the corner, although you guys can't see. And yeah, I'm just trying out new things. I'm trying to be alone, hoping that I'll be able to find more of me, because I feel like when you're crowded with people, your mind's crowded with their thoughts, with your thoughts. You're not really focusing on who you are in that moment. Do you like this? Do you not like this? What do you want to do? How do you feel? And all those things are taking away from that. Yeah.
You're stuff questioning yourself when you're around other people, and you just think about how other people start questioning how they think, and you start questioning how they think about it and question that situation, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Me,
you were lost.
I didn't realize until a few weeks ago that I was just I feel miserable. I feel like there is nothing wrong with me more than the way how I'm feeling. And I'm totally gonna be honest, and I'm an emotional person, and I have talked with a lot of people about this situation, and I'm pretty rational. I'm pretty conscious that I'm pretty rational, and I don't know how I can be so rational and at the same time so emotional, but for somehow I was taught since I was really kid. My mom, she make a lot of emphasis of just be honest with your emotions, and it's true, there is scientific results of records that say the less that you talk and you express your emotions, the more unhealthy you become. So me, I express a lot my emotions, and I feel if I feel sad, I will cry. And or something some people control it, they know how to be in public and don't cry, but me, I cannot control those things because it goes deeper, and that has been something that has been affecting me, because sometimes I'm on I'm ready to go outside, and out of nowhere I get panic attacks, and I stop breathing, and I'm just whoa, no, I never had this before in my whole life, and I was like, this is not normal. Like, what is happening to me is not normal, and I need to figure out what it is, and no one else can do this for me but myself. And then I start having all these side effects of like, why am I feeling for this? Like, I think that I already accept everything of my past. Like, you grew up and unconsciously you grew up with things that you don't realize until you're mature, and you say like, why do I behave in this way? Oh, maybe there were things from your back home or your childhood or your school or your social life that kind of affect you, and you don't realize until you grew up and you start behaving in that way. And I don't know, maybe I had that thing, and I tried to don't think that much and be like, it's not a big deal, like I will figure out, I will get better. And I was all the time constantly telling to myself, I'll get better, but I wasn't doing anything to actually focus all that energy for me to get better. And then, as I said, as an emotional person, the things that goes all like around affects me, like environment, I don't know, my family, my friends. Like, I just try to help everybody, but I cannot do it if I don't first help myself. And after having all these panic attacks, I realized like, okay, this is not normal. I already accept and I know that there is a problem. There is something that is bothering me and making me feel like anxious, and this is a problem for me. Because I cannot be in peace. I cannot like walk and feel like that I can breathe normally, I guess, and without like controlling my emotions. So I realized that I needed to do something about this. And first of all, I knew that there was a problem. So the second thing was like, I need to fix this problem. And so far, I'm just figuring out how to do that. I guess that I was hitting too much to myself at the beginning, like there is a problem with me, but I wasn't doing anything about it. Just because I was hoping to get better with the time.
Yeah.
Now that I know that there is a problem, what it has been helping me is that all the time that I have been spent with myself is actually helping me. It feels like, it sounds bad, I love seeing my friends and I love hanging out, and nothing is more legendary than making memories with your friends, because it's like so much fun. But right now I feel like myself need me. I need me.
Yeah.
I need myself.
Yeah.
And it's so different, because me, I feel that I need to take all these things easily and like just like take my time to recover. But in your case, because before you were telling me about this, you were like more like, no, I need a change right away. Let's do it. Like, let's become more healthy. Let's eat healthy. Let's do exercise. I have been more like reading, walking alone, feeling the air. I don't know.
The thing is like, regardless if like if I'm changing my diet, if I'm working out, if I'm going on a solo camping trip, regardless what it is, those are just bigger actions, right? Like I'm like physically doing something more physical than you are, I suppose, when you're walking or when you're reading. That does not make one better than the other, and that does not mean that you're not working just as hard as I am. Because one thing that I cannot do is I can't sit down and open a book and dive into it for 2 hours. You know, like, me being lost in myself has become me finding myself in others. Whether it's sitting here having this conversation with you, whether it's starting this podcast, you know, I mean, it's all mental growth, and it's all healthy, and that's great, that's good. So I'm applying it to good things. But like, you know, I have troubles just like spending that time on my own and just like just being by myself and like, you know, meditating. That's something I really want to get into. And I can do it for maybe like 5 seconds. Like in between a thought, you know, and it's my brain travels off, and I know that you literally have to exercise the muscle of your brain. It's something that I'm working on. And reading is just like it's a great form of meditation because you can't focus on anything else other than what you're reading, and you got to be paying attention to it. And even doing that, like strengthening your brain, like what else does your brain do? Oh shit, everything you do in your life, right? So you're exercising the best brain possible, you know, in your body. And then when you're going out for these walks, you, like, if you leave your phone at home, you know, you're literally smelling nature. Like, you are embracing the moment. You're looking around, you're being attentive. And I assume you try to keep your mind clear of everything else other than what you're doing in that moment.
I think that I haven't, like, because before when I was back home I used to be like pretty sportly. Right now I feel like my body or my mind or my body mostly needs like all that physical activity, and when I don't do it I just feel like I need to release all that energy that I have inside. But I feel that I haven't had that energy inside so far because I don't have that much energy, and I'm trying to get that energy back. And what you were saying, like when you walk around, like when you walk and you see the flowers, like I think that I just do that to realize which one is actually my real reality, and that the rest of the things around, it's like just a system that I don't know who made it and why we are following it, but we are following it for somehow because we need to survive in this society. Although like I don't want to belong to it, nothing wrong, but I just don't feel connected to that type of work. Like indirectly I need to do it, but I realized that if I just breathe, it's what it takes, you know. Like every time that I'm having like all these nightmares, I just breathe and I'm just like I kind of like in yoga, when you go to yoga, have you had those classes where they say to you like hug yourself because you deserve to be hugged, and it's like wow, nothing feels really better than a hug. And it sounds a little bit sad that you said like you're hugging yourself, but why not?
No, I think it sounds great. Like self love, right? And that's basically what it's trying to imply. It's just self love, and you know, it's such a basic saying, but like at the end of the day, who's there? Like you know, like I'm pretty sure that's my cover picture on Facebook is Tyler the Creator. Like who's at the end of the day? Like you are. And like you're the most important person that you need to love before anybody else. And the thing is like I said earlier, I felt like I was searching for myself and other people, which still, I mean, it is something that is happening right now.
And it's not bad.
In this transition. It's not bad, but just know that
you're just probably seeing the best in other people and realizing like, wow, this is really good. I should like get, like, I try to do that sometimes. I try to get the best of the people, and for that reason they sometimes make jokes of me at work because they say like, Valentina, you every time that we ask you what do you think about this person, you always say that something good. You never say anything bad about people, and I'm just like, I feel that seeing bad things in people is really easy, and no one want to be like, no one want to know like what they already have, or how can I say that, like no one want to see what their defects and be all the time remind for the defects, instead of like someone coming to you and being like, oh, you, I don't know, like I like the way how your dance is like pretty nice, or I like your hair is pretty unique. Like some people will see it, I don't know, as a defect, but it could be like something good in other people. So I try to do that just because for somehow I feel the society focus more on the bad things than in the good things.
Absolutely, yeah.
And maybe because they're trying to be realistic, but in my opinion,
no, there's no need to go around and talk negative about everything and everybody. That just makes you negative.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, what I mean is like when you find yourself in other people, I don't mean like you find your traits about yourself in other people. I mean like you're hanging out with other people who, how can I put it in words? You're basically depending on other people for your fun, for your mind. To be the creators of your thoughts, to be the creators of your fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm finding myself in other people. So like when I would go out and drink and do whatever, right? Like the people who I'm surrounded with, it's kind of like I put some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Well, like...
Girl, you're asking to the
Lots of
wrong
words.
girl.
Yeah,
International one, the one that barely can speak English.
I make it like almost, I would make it almost their responsibility to carry like a good time. When realistically, like, I know I'm a good time. I know I'm a lot of fun. I'm very...
girl, we know what that means.
Okay, anyway. My neighbor knows what that means.
I think that my neighbors also. My roommates, man.
Oh my gosh. So it's so interesting how this happens when there's an awkward pause. People reach for usually a drink when you're in social settings and you're outside drinking, but in our case, grapes.
Drink.
Because that's what we have right there is grapes. So it's another whole other topic. But where was I? Yeah, so I was going out and kind of putting it on them a bit, and then like I was finding my fun in the wrong places with the wrong people. And like for myself, I can have fun by myself, you know? And I know that. It's just a matter of exercising that and doing that. But it's like, I had a moment yesterday where I came home, and right now I'm going through this thing of working on being alone, like legitimately being alone. Like I'm not hanging out with men. I'm not having sex right now. Like I'm just being by myself. Like you're the first friend to actually enter my house since I've embarked on this journey. And I sat down and my sister had said, I love being in silence.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, shit, that's weird. That's weird. And it shouldn't be weird because, like, in silence, who you stuck with? Yourself, right? So then it becomes a fear of being by yourself, maybe. And so I sat there in silence for about 2 hours. And I have a list of things to do, and I went to go camping. And so I was kind of looking at this list, I was looking at that list, my to-do list, my to-buy list, and then looking into my health, and then doing this, and that. And I'm playing with these grapes more than I'm eating them. And I kind of just looked at the wall. I'm like, holy shit. I don't know what to do. Like, I know I'm fun, but I don't know what to do. Like, I felt at such a loss of entertaining myself. When I know there's many things that I like to do, but it's like, how many of those things do you like doing by yourself? Like, you gotta go find yourself and go try those things that make you happy, you know?
You need simultaneous days. I call it like that. Every time. I remember that when I used to be back home, sorry for interrupting.
It's good.
But it just kind of like, when I used to be back home, my friends used to invite me to go outside. And I was sometimes like, oh, I'm sorry, today's sloppy day. They used to, my nickname.
Sloppy day?
My nickname in my, like back home, it will be Loppy because my last name
Loppy.
Lopez.
Oh, right, yes.
So, like, I used to say, like, I'm sorry, it's sloppy days. Like, I just need to spend time with myself. And come on, I was 15 and I was already doing those things of, like, today's my day. Like, just showing it as having time with myself is, like I have a specific taste for it. Kind of, that sounds weird, but nowadays I realize, like, shit, what happened with my Lopez days? I haven't had a Lopez day for a long, long time. And my days so far, mostly for myself because I ended up doing other things that helped me to disperse my mind, but it's just dispersing you is not going to help you to fix.
Yeah.
Oh, spend some time with yourself.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, as you know, I had been working 4 jobs, right? And...
Wait, this is so crazy. And yeah, she's just 22 and she working 4 places. Are you saving the money for your university, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've quit 3 of the 4 though.
Already, but that was insane. 4 jobs?
Yeah. Married to the money.
And yeah, that's the craziest thing to do.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
like working so hard for your education and doing actually something for yourself and only for you, and like you're making that with your own hands, you know. Everything that is coming is because you are doing it and for you. And that's
Thank
like
you.
that's something that helps me every time to remind like that after the all, yes, I have my family and I come with friends, but after all, the only one that is gonna be for me is me.
Mm.
And no one else is gonna save you more than myself or yourself. And I'm just like, I'm doing the same thing of you. Let's stream. Like, I'm just doing one job and I'm kind of surviving off that one. So
Yeah. I mean, 4 is unnecessary. It was very necessary. I just wanted, I wanted 2 things at the same time. So I went for it. And due to that, though, there was, like, I was still going to the gym, like, 5 days a week, but...
How? If you have 4 jobs, how do you do, like, literally
so,
how?
So, Cafe 1, let's say Cafe 1, safe to say Monday to Friday. So, 6 a.m., 2 p.m., right? I go to the gym, I take a power nap for about, like, 20 to
30.
45 minutes, and then I wake up and I work out, and then I go to the next job. Yeah. But the next job, like, I only had doubles 3 days a week. So
Okay.
it's not as crazy as it sounds.
Yeah.
It was 1 full-time job and 3 part-time jobs.
Yeah.
So, like, it's doable. It's doable. But due to all of that, and then me not being happy at one of the two of the jobs, you know, I just, I got very, like, uncomfortable. Like, super uncomfortable. I'm like, okay, like, I'm making good money, but, like, this is too much. And then I'm just, like, losing myself completely. Like, I literally lost my mind the other day. Like, I was on Commercial Drive after having a meeting with the owner of the company that I was working with. And going into that meeting, I was already completely lost. But these things that have been going on with my neighbor, he has not been being a very good person, but thank the Lord, he is now leaving in a couple of days.
What he did was cheating, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he recorded a voice recording of me having sex and tried to take it to my landlord, and then tried to get me kicked out because of that, but that didn't work, and he's leaving now, so that's great. But dealing with coming home to him, you know, being in the opposite room, which he can totally hear this conversation right now, and I do not care. Anyway, so coming home to him, and then, like, seeing him, honestly, I just started, like, crying, and then I just started getting really, like, heightened, where I'm like, oh, I'm uncomfortable at this job, oh, I got this home situation, and I just lost it one day. Like, I walked out of Prado Cafe, and just, like, like, completely broke down, like, serious mental breakdown, and I had to, like, cry in the public. I'm like, I don't know where to go. I'm on Commercial Drive. There's people everywhere right now.
Yeah.
So I walked down the alley, and I'm like, great, there's people in the alley. I walked over here, I'm
Where
like,
should
great,
I hide? Yeah.
I sat in between 2 cars like this, and I just, like, bawled my eyes. And I called one of my good friends, and he, just even hearing his voice, like, calms me down. And so he just told me some things that I need to hear, and then we said a couple jokes, and then I was good. And then I hung up, and then I was like, here it comes again, and I just started crying again. I'm like, go back into public, because we don't want crying in public, right? So I walked back into public, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, and breathing, and this beautiful soul of a woman who I work with every Thursday, I get to see her tonight. Me and her, we share, like, deep stuff whenever we see each other every Thursday at work, you know, and she's been my savior for a lot of things, and I'm sure vice versa. And so, like, out of all people in the world, I'm getting chills talking about it, because this moment for me was crazy. Out of all people in the world, I'm sitting there breathing, and I look up, and she's just standing there in the middle of the road, looking at me. And I'm like, I give her a smile, and I kind of laugh, but it was a laugh like what the fuck are you doing here? And I literally look at her, I'm like, or just cover my face, and I just like bawl my eyes, and she just comes and she holds me and she comforts me, and she gives me this great advice, is, oh yeah, she gives great advice. She's like, so when I'm in moments like this where I'll backtrack a little bit. So I was almost running red lights. I was walking with plates past tables, forgetting where I was.
Yeah.
This lady at work had a happy birthday sign on her, like dangling, colorful, and I didn't even see it, and I was her server. So like my eyes are open shut. My eyes are open shut right now. And she, like, I was expressing this to her, and she's like, you know what I do in these moments? She's like, I brain vomit. So anything that comes to your mind,
just throw it.
let it out. Like,
wow.
just like write, like you write it on paper so you can come back to it and look it over. But that's a piece of advice for anybody to take who feels like they have way too much in their head and they're just like losing themselves. And so this was only like not even a week ago. I don't even think it was a week ago. So I'm feeling like I'm recovering from that mental breakdown. Also quitting 3 of my jobs in 2 days out of 4 jobs. Definitely, I can breathe. But I still feel this disconnect. You know, like, I know when I'm not good.
Yeah.
And I know when I'm good.
Yeah.
But even right now, there's a moment, like, if I check in with myself, I'm like, what am I? Like, what am I feeling right now?
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm content, I'm good, I'm with you,
Yeah.
I'm on this podcast, it's great, but...
It's still, you know that there is something that is lacking.
My sister said it this morning, she said it's, not being self-assured.
Ah.
Like, I'm not self-assured, like, I'm not sure with myself. Like, self-assurance. You know what I mean?
Like you doubt a lot of the decisions that you're gonna take, or
like, you know what assurance means? Like, I need you to reassure me. Like, I need you to double check with me. I need you to tell me again so I make sure.
Yeah.
So self-assurance
Yeah.
would be like, I'm not sure with myself. Like, I'm just I'm uneasy. Like, I'm on this edge where the practice of being alone, I do believe, will help it, which is why I'm on this journey. But
oh, you need someone to convince you that being alone, it will be alright for you for a while.
It'll be alright, or like, no, not even that. Just like to know for sure that I will be okay in my mental state when I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Is what I lack. You know, that's what it is. So so it's called Mind the Gap. So in this gap of not being sure, or feeling the unknown, or feeling the discomfort of like, how am I doing right now? In the gap is when you can create opportunity and when you can create, right? So, for example, one last night I was sitting at the kitchen table. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I came and I put on a yoga video.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't even really like yoga.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if I like yoga because I haven't given it a real shot.
Yeah.
Like, yesterday was day 2.
No, it will take you.
I know, it'll take me way more than that, but I gave it a second shot, and I'm like, because I am in this gap of I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
The whole thing of this podcast, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Fill it with something. Create opportunity. I have the opportunity to go gain flexibility, to gain better respiratory, to gain better mental health. Right? Like, I have the opportunity to do that. Or maybe pick up the book, exactly, and read. Literally exercise your brain.
Yeah.
Go for a walk. Maybe be a little bit more observant. Be more in tune. Actually smell what things smell like. For the first time ever, don't have headphones in. Take them out and listen to the sounds that you hear. And maybe just pick out and identify them. Because that's just bringing you closer and closer to the moment. Which makes you knowing more things. And the more you know, the better you're going to know yourself. You know, like, hey, I know what that means. I know what this means. I know what that is.
Yeah.
You're knowing things.
I knew that something was wrong when I realized that I wanted to be all the time on bed.
Mm.
And then I used to just, like, watch series. Something that I love, by the way, but I was like, something is wrong. Like, I'm sleeping too much. I just want to, like, be all the time sleeping. Every time that I get tired, I'm just like, it's not like tired of, like, I need to rest. It's tired of, like, other thing, you know, but you don't know what it is. And then like after me realizing what's going on, I decided like to do something about it, little things. And now it's like now I don't sleep until too late. Now I wake up early, I make my bed, like I take a shower and I go like try to go for my morning coffee or tea, and I go outside for my coffee, for some food, and then I go with my Sudoku. I bought a book of Sudoku and I'm trying to do daily ones.
Sudoku?
Yeah, I'm trying to do daily ones Sudoku, trying to like
Try that for a minute.
No.
No, girl. I was young and I'm just like, I don't get it. I'm done. Maybe that's something we can try. Maybe I can try Sudoku. Maybe you can teach me how to do it.
Yeah, like right
Yeah.
now, like I just like exercise my brain. And I'm gonna stop with crosswords because English. I already what I said, like you can tell that I have a broken English. But numbers is easy for me, so Sudoku was the one.
Yeah.
And after doing that, I just started to go more outside. And then every time that I had the opportunity to finish work early, I used to like, I don't want to say run because it will be too dramatic, but literally run to go to see the sunset.
That's awesome.
Because
That's
was
beautiful.
one of the things that make me feel like everything is gonna be alright.
Mm-hmm.
When you realize this, so when you realize again, of you were more aware of what was going on in your life, there was something that made you wake up and do something different, and what was that thing?
It's for me like it wasn't so like instant, you know. It was it's become unbearable how far I feel from myself. So it's just like a daily feeling of like what makes me happy? What do I need to be doing right now? What's my hobby? Like how am I gonna exercise my brain to make it better? Like how am I gonna find myself? What's my why? You know, I found my why, my purpose. I feel like my purpose is this podcast. So here I'm doing this and investing my time in this, but outside of that I still have a life. But what's that life? You know, I can't revolve everything around this.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much like since January it's really hit me, and it's always just like a in the moment like feeling of being lost.
Oh, that's one of the things that I hate the most, and is feeling lost because I just forget who I am. And it sounds bad, and it sounds like I don't have my principles or like all the things that I was taught. Think that I'm like, I don't think that is true, but sometimes I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just make me, I don't want to say, it make me feel insecure. And I'm not an insecure person, but it just make me feel insecure of what I think or how I feel. And that's the part that makes me more crazy of being lost. Just because like, I think that it's really hard wake up one morning and know that your life it haven't changed and you want to do a change, but you are having like all this situation around you and you don't know how to go out of those situations until you start. And that is the thing. You feel that you are in all these problems, but when you start to going out of those problems and resolving everything, you start breathing. And that's something that I was doing, but still I feel lost. But now I feel lost knowing that it's alright to be lost.
Yeah.
It just take you to somewhere different.
Mm-hmm.
It just take you to a different point of your life where everything is unstable, but you know how to walk in that unstable point and just realize and start building like your a structure in your path, you know.
Exactly.
And I feel that it's not gonna be the only time that we are gonna be lost. I feel that we're gonna be lost in multiple aspects and points of our life. Maybe I'm lost right now because I'm trying to do all these things with increase like enrollments with the universities, deciding which is the thing that I actually really want to study. How am I gonna do to get the money? How am I gonna do to keep like living my normal like life and adventures? Maybe I'm gonna stop being lost when I start figuring out all the answers for my questions that are like my dreams but I don't want to call it dreams because dreams is something that you dream and it just stay there. But these ones are more my goals and things that I want to achieve too.
Maybe you gotta try doing that brain vomit thing, you know? So
Yeah.
write down like the bottom points. Write down, this is what I want to be doing in school. This is how much money I need. These are the places I want to travel. And then maybe start at the top. This is like way more organized actually than brain vomiting.
Yeah.
Brain vomiting is just flat all on the paper. But this way it could be a little more structured because you're trying to figure out a plan, right?
But like if you notice that would be a train for us in life because this is my loss right now. In a couple years when I'm 25, 26, I'm gonna be like,
don't worry, you're gonna be just a whole different type of lost.
I know. It's gonna be like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna be lost because now it's gonna be like graduation. I need to get a job. I need to start like saving money for the future. Then it will be like the 30s. Man, like, no, well, 35, man, I need to have a family. 35.
Yeah. Hey, people start families at 35.
Yeah, I do. I know, right? 36 is still early.
So 36 is still early. It is.
We can enjoy it still.
Absolutely.
And,
yep.
Yeah, in 35 it's like, oh, the more financial and like mental, like family, children's now, educations, and then 40 when you think that you are finally on peace, it's like, why so quiet now? What's going on, you know?
Now I'm lost because everything's so calm.
Now everything is so calm, like, woof, I made it. But now I realize that after being lost, I needed to be lost.
Yeah.
I needed to realize that life is like...
It is. You know what's crazy? It popped in my head the other day after this whole mental breakdown, and this was another moment that I had almost a year back. I was sitting down, I was writing in Starbucks, and this lady comes and sits beside me, and she looks at me, she's like, you know, life is like a pendulum. You're going to be on this side, then you're going to go all the way to this side, then you go back to this side, then you go back to that side, but it's all balanced, you know?
Yeah.
You're going to feel at the top of the moon ecstatic, and then things are going to be lost, and then you're going to go back to here, but that's life, and like a pendulum keeps going, it doesn't stop. Your life is not going to stop, you're not going to stop experiencing these things. All you need to do is figure out what to do in the moments of feeling lost. So now, to touch on that, do you have any tips of like what to do, or what are you doing to help find yourself?
I feel that one of my tips is being kind to yourself, really kind. We treat ourselves really bad sometimes. We think like, we push ourselves thinking that we can do like more and more, but there are points and we need to like stop, slow down, maybe finish and start again. The same thing or something different, but my point, my tip is that sometimes the things happens around you. And there are some things that you cannot control. That's what I think. But I also know that I have control over my life. And my tip is to remember that it's not going to be always happy, right? Because if all the moments of our life are happy, so then we won't realize what happiness is about. And I was talking with some friends from work, and I used to talk this with my mom. You don't realize what is happening if is happiness if all the time is happy. So there is no happiness. But when you have like sadness and happiness, and then you have a balance, you will realize and appreciate when you have like happy moments and then sad moments, and then you realize the middle point.
Yeah. So are there specific actions that you take to get you back to your happiness when you're feeling down?
I feel that now that I'm young is one of the main parts of my life where I should take care of myself and know from the beginning what I like and what I don't like. And spending as much time as possible with myself is one of the things that I think that it will be number one tip. And I love it. I love being in my room, and I love playing the guitar. Although, like, I don't know, but I still try it, right? I still try to learn.
Teach me your ways.
Dude, and like singing, I sing all the time. I don't know how my roommates stand me, but I just sing. And I don't care if I'm out of tone, but I just like, I love music, and and sometimes I dance, and my roommates can hear like the floor when I just. They must be like, she's on that battle. She must be doing something weird in her room. But I just feel that that's how I'm happy with myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I feel that spending time with friends,
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
talking is just what you need. You need to see also other different point of view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what you said, maybe me, I try to be more into reality, but you try to be more in exercise and more physical. Thing that I like, and why not? Like, if I'm already seeing that you're doing that, I can take an example and be like, you know what? Hella, yeah, let's build up this body. Let's get, like, become a mamacita or something, you know? Why not?
Totally.
What about you?
Yeah. So, well, what I'm currently doing right now to take action to find myself.
I love how you speak. You speak super professional. I speak like super.
I'm just, you never know when someone's gonna tune in or tune out of the podcast, right? So it's really nice to bring the question back, so people just keep tuning back in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because they get lost.
So it's like, okay, so remember what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about, and now I'm gonna answer that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the reason why I say it like that. Because I know myself listening to podcasts. It's like, oh right, I'm here, I'm back. So what I'm currently doing is I'm just. Oh, are we in progress?
It's almost
Are we
there.
in progress? Disgusting. Okay. So for example, like I was talking about like my yoga, right? So my 2 days of yoga that I've done. It's something that I keep talking about getting into, something that I know I need to do with my whole fitness journey. I need to be working on my flexibility. How's it gonna happen? Probably from doing yoga, right? So
you got motivation, you got goals. That's what is keeping you on and like stuff being like...
Keep looking at the pictures of me previously doing the splits, and then I'll get there. So one of my mottos in life is try everything twice, not once, because you might not have, like, it might have been a fluke, right? So try everything twice just to make sure you didn't like it. Is my motto.
Yeah.
Try everything twice just to make sure you didn't like it. Or you did like it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's like the first time, if you didn't like it, try it again. Right? And if you did okay, it felt the same, you could try it again and again and again and again and again. But
yeah, sometimes some things deserve like a second chance, but after the second one, like...
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like, for example, when it comes to working out, you're probably not going to like it for a couple months. That was the thing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that motto actually only goes into effect with certain scenarios.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm trying out yoga right now. I'm about to go camping on a 3D camping trip by myself where there's no cell service.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's going to be really interesting. I'm going to get to experience just being in my own presence. And I constantly just stop in a moment and I check in with myself. And I just see how I feel. I'm like, how do you feel right now? Are you tired? Are you hungry? Are you angry? Okay, what are you angry at? Like really just check in with yourself, come back to the moment, see how you're doing.
How often do you talk to with yourself?
I don't talk to myself. I check in with myself. So it's all in my head. Yeah, I don't...
Like you talk internally with yourself?
I talk internally to myself, yeah. I check in with myself probably like...
Like, aren't you on the mirror and you're like...
I'm like, how you doing?
No.
Yeah. No.
Not exactly like that, but like you look yourself in the mirror and like you are like, no, I'm gonna try something else. Like, I'm gonna try like a skirt maybe in case, and...
A what? A skirt?
Yeah.
A skirt, what's that?
A skirt.
Oh, a skirt.
Yeah.
Skirt. Like a skirt.
Yeah, like, I don't know, sometimes I just talk to myself, even when I'm walking on the street, I'm just like, oh shit, I need to do this thing and I need to do that thing, but then I'm just like, just calm down. Eventually you cannot do anything right now, because like probably I'm doing something else, so I'm just like, I just need to focus on living them, like, what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, I'm gonna be honest with you, I used to feel really crazy. That I used to talk to myself, like...
And there's nothing wrong with talking to yourself.
And that's something that because I search on internet, like, it's normal talking to yourself. Thing that I do quite a lot. But not just, like, making sounds. It's just also internal.
No.
And,
that's totally okay.
Yeah, and I checked that it was alright, and they said that there is actually something wrong if you do not talk to yourself.
Yeah. No.
And it makes me feel alright. It makes me feel like, okay, I know that I'm crazy, but then I'm not that level of crazy, so I can keep going on with everything.
Mm-hmm. Now, in the past, year, I do it all day, because I actually, my sister, I told her this probably about a year ago. I said to her, it's funny that we're eating grapes. I'm like, I don't even know if I like grapes. I'm like, I eat it, and I don't know how I feel about it, and I'm like, I can't tell you right now if I like grapes or not. If I like red ones, if I like green ones. And she's like, that's okay. She's like, you don't need to know everything that you want or everything that you like or what you don't like. Like, don't stress about it. Like, if you eat it and you don't want to puke, you probably are okay with it.
Yeah.
But now, I eat this grape and I tune in, what did I just get out of that? Like, did that make me feel good?
Yeah.
Like, if you do anything in life that makes you feel good, that doesn't have terrible consequences, do it. Do it. You know what I mean?
That's something that I want to do emphasis, and is that really it's okay to don't know.
Yeah.
And I really think ahead of what is going to happen, and that's bad, because then for somehow it's good to be always one step ahead, but if you just calculate everything, so then you are not living. You're not living. And I remember that I was telling to one of the girls from work, I'm scared of making mistakes for that. Not scared of making mistakes, I just don't want to make mistakes. So I avoid every kind of mistakes. Just because I already know what is going to happen. I already know that it's so obvious. I can see it. It's going to happen, this thing. I feel it.
Can you give me an example? I'm trying to understand.
Okay, there are mistakes that you know already that you shouldn't do anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And there are mistakes that I haven't even done yet, but I already know that it's a mistake because I have heard it from other people and from other experiences. So if I already know all these experiences, I'm avoiding all those mistakes. And I was telling to my friend, I just really try to avoid as much mistakes as I can. And she said to me, don't worry of avoiding all the mistakes of the world, because there are always new mistakes to do.
Yeah, no, you will go fuck up on your own to see how it feels.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes it's necessarily.
Yeah.
You will remember those things that you did wrong, and you're gonna be
it's personal. You felt it. I tried all the things growing up. I tried all the drugs. I tried all the experiences, all the different things you could do when you were young, and they were all screw ups. I mean, thank God I'm here to live to tell the day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can speak from it from very personal, and to know how big of a mistake those are from doing it. You know, I've got some friends who haven't tried a lot of things, who maybe might remain curious. But I mean, there are definitely some things don't go for don't touch heroin. I would never do that. That's a big enough extreme mistake that I don't need to try to figure out not to do.
Yeah.
You know, but when it's little things don't go for that guy that maybe you shouldn't go
I do
for
that.
that you really like.
Oh, okay.
Whatever it might be, go scrub a little bit. The best way to learn is by making a mistake.
But then you feel sometimes that you deserve too much yourself, that you're no.
That's true. If this guy, if it's a situational thing.
Yeah.
Take calculated risks. Calculate it. Is it worth it? Is the equation, although it might be a negative answer, does the equation line up that, hey, although like the equation was fun enough for the negative answer, just be cautious.
Okay, so my conclusion with like what to do in case whenever you are lost is that it's alright to be lost and dedicate so much, like as much time as you can to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be easy on yourself and just treat yourself right all the time.
Good. I like that.
Treat like
Pamper yourself.
Yeah.
I did my
and like a slow down. You know the rest of the things that just happen around you, dude, are just happening. Okay, that is like I already right now after being lost. I'm just in this point of my life that is like, if that thing is gonna happen, I'll figure out how to fix it. But I just really want to be chill. So if I can just, I'm going away of that one.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, and then my advice is just keep trying new things. Just keep trying things differently. Come at it with a different approach. Try something completely differently.
Yeah.
Try it at least twice so you make sure that you didn't like it. Just
do you apply that one for always, like most of all your life?
Most things that I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are some things that I would never do twice. But most things I've done twice. Sometimes even more. Even if it's a huge mistake, like, I might make it 20 times.
Really? Okay,
No, I definitely have like a lot of mistakes that,
Have you ever felt that type of mistakes that are like, fuck, I already made the mistake, but like, it's already done, so let's just keep doing it until it's actually done, completely done?
Like, for example, drugs. Like, I've like held drugs, and like, I know this is going to be a mistake, but and then you're already on the train. You're already on the train, so just gotta hope for the best. Really, really. But like.
Lol.
Like, what's another example? I got something comes to mind.
Like when maybe you're going for a hike alone, you are going for camping, so then you're going on camping, doing all these things, and probably you get scared, but you're like, no man, I'm already here, let's just do it, right? Like, probably you feel that might be a mistake for you to be alone. If this weren't safe, but in this case, this country is pretty safe, so you can be alone in the woods and no one will do anything to you.
Well, I mean, there's lots of things that can happen in the woods, but like when I was on my way to Thailand by myself,
here? There is a lot of things that happens on the woods?
Yeah.
Really?
There's bears and cougars and stuff.
Oh, yeah, like...
Yeah, but that's the worst of my...
Well, cougars get the hell out of yours if you see one cougar.
Yeah, true. I've never actually seen a cougar.
Me either. Yeah. But I meant, like, more people. People here, they don't, like, rape you on the forest or shits like that. Don't they?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, it depends on where you are. Like, there's definitely, like in my hometown, that's happened very many times.
Fuckers. Okay.
Yeah. Just kidding. Like I was on my way to Thailand, super long way over in China, and I was like, alright, well, this was a dumb idea. Like, why am I going to Thailand by myself? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is insane. But yeah, I was already in China. Like, I'm not gonna catch another flight home. I'm already more than halfway there. So times like that, but you have to trust yourself that you were sensible and you made a calculated decision, calculated risk maybe, to go off and do that in the first place, right? Don't make spur of the moment decisions on big things. Definitely calculate it. And if you did that in the first place, there's a reason why you did that by each other. You just gotta trust yourself. Know yourself and your confidence that you set yourself up for success, that you will be okay.
I feel that even if you are scared, but you already know that you want to do these things, but you're scared of doing it, do it even if you're scared.
Oh, yeah, like holding a tarantula, one day. So, I think that pretty much sums it up for being lost in your 20-somethings. Hopefully you guys got something out of that.
You're an amazing reporter. I'm just amazing. Really, I think that I learned something from you today.
Oh, great. First person.
No, really, I really like the way how you talk.
Thank you. I appreciate
You
that.
don't need to post this, or you can post it, but I just think that is really nice the way. I think that you actually have talent for this. You know how to open yourself and talk about your emotions, and then don't get lost. I get lost sometimes, yeah.
Honestly, I do too.
It's just practice, I guess. It's just like focusing on like question, answer, and like.
Sorta, yeah. Also, I just find myself, I have a lot of conversations like this with people. The whole purpose of me doing this, right, is like, hey, you're not alone. Let's get those things that you're the purpose of the podcast is to get the things that you were thinking and experiencing in your head, but not talking about out in the open and in motion, right?
When you are on podcast, you don't talk that much about first person. You're talking second person or third person?
No, I talk how we talk right now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I feel like I help a lot of people because of me sharing. I share about my life, I share about my feelings, and that gives people the sense of like, hey, I trust you. Hey, I want to talk to you. Hey, like, I want you in my circle. And the thing is it's not just me helping people. You help me too. By you even being here, you help me too, because now I get the sense that I'm not alone either, right? I could be doing this podcast by myself, and you guys could all be listening and be like, yeah, me too. But I wouldn't know that it's any of you either. You know, like I said, to find somebody to come onto this podcast to do this exact topic with wouldn't be easy, because not a lot of people are aware that they're lost or are willing to make a change in themselves, you know? And that's how I'm feeling more lost, because I'm like, great, I'm the only one going through this right now. So thank you for coming on and making me feel like I'm not the only one going through this. And in this little transition phase where I'm like, okay, this is what I gotta do, this is what I gotta try to do, this is what I can't do, and this is where I am, this is where I'm going. So yeah, thanks for coming on this with me about this topic.
Yeah, thank you.
It's not easy.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for inviting me. You for actually that day in the locker, like in the changer room, we were just like talking about these things, because it's necessarily to talk and realize that you're not the only one having or passing through this situation, and that everything is actually alright.
Mm-hmm.
And more when you are honest
Yeah.
with yourself and with other people of what's going on, I guess.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you. And thank you for the milkshake. It was amazing. She made like a healthy milkshake. She gave me some yoga pants.